Welcome, Sumit. Welcome to Coffee Time. How are you?
All good, Paul. Excited to be here, and I came with my coffee.
Yes. Well, yes, with Coffee Time I came with my water, but
My coffee is empty.
well, we're so prepared. Sumit, it's fantastic to see you. I don't think we've had a lot of guests from our Indian location, and not only is it excited to have one of our first guests from India, but it's also exciting to have you on to talk about one of our new exciting QA platforms, exciting QA tools, which is NEQQO. Which I'm pronouncing. Is it NEQQO? Yeah, I was going to say, am I pronouncing that right?
We still can't decide internally, so I think it's, is it tomato or tomato, Paul?
Potato. I'll go with NEQQO. NEQQO is probably the most common phrase I've heard. So, Sumit, why don't you introduce yourself to our Goslings across the globe, and we'll kind of take it from there. Well,
I'm Sumit. I joined the organization about 14 years ago, and I started as a team lead client services. And I had some telecom clients that I was managing and ensuring that we deliver value from the interactions that we were analyzing. And it was more of a manual evaluations that we were doing. Didn't have any technology covering all of those analytics. And I think over a period of time we thought what could work in terms of analytics that comes out of the interactions. But coming back to how my journey has been with the organization, so I wore different hats. From client services, I then moved into the innovation and strategy group. And there we were trying to, innovate solutions which would help internally as well as, our clients from a value delivery standpoint. Whatever adds value to their business model, that's where we, wanted to pick up those challenges and make sure that we try and deliver those solutions to them. And I think from there, I'm currently working as Director of Business Insights. I'm taking care of speech analytics part mostly. Working with our clients and making sure that they get the best out of the interactions. And I also work on the consulting side, wherein we have our professional services and manage different kinds of projects that comes our way, and making sure that we deliver what's expected out of those projects.
Sumit, NEQQO, Kenny Johnston came up with the description of the acronym, and I don't even know if anybody had that in mind before, but it worked out pretty good. But tell us in your own words what NEQQO is. Let's call it in layman terms, and what is, if I want to buy NEQQO, what do I have to do to get going? Assume I signed the contract and agreed to the pricing. What happens after that? So just give us a little insight.
Absolutely, Dave. And can you describe NEQQO as never-ending qualitative and quantitative observations, more around quality and the interactions that we do? And I think that fits well to the overall purpose of NEQQO. That's what it primarily does, right? So it started from a quality management solution, end-to-end quality management solution, but over a period of time, and especially last couple of years, it has evolved from that to more of an interaction or business insight solution. It not only caters to quality, that's a component of it, a primary component, but it has evolved to a lot more that we are doing and what we have on our roadmap. To your question, Dave, when a customer signs up and wants to go for the implementation, so what really happens is the very first stage that we work on with the customers is to ensure that we align with their expectations. Now, tool is there on one side. We want to understand what is it that's really expected out of NEQQO in terms of what additional analytics they'd like to see, what are the business problem statements that they'd like to address through NEQQO, and based on that, our team really, goes in with the marching orders of understanding what the customer's requirements are, what can we get out of those gold mine of interactions that are there that are going to be ingested in NEQQO, and then make sure that we have those queries in place, we have those workflows in place, which would add value to what the customers wanted. That's the very first step from a setup viewpoint. Then we set up the QA forms. That's another important part, that the QA form has to be set up. There might be multiple QA forms or a single QA form. Depending on the complexities, we add that, make sure it's fully built into the system, test it. Rosters are set up for the agents and supervisors, making sure that the hierarchy works as per their call centers. And then, using the user access management system in making sure everybody who needs access has the right access. So there are agents, there are supervisors, there are business analysts, and then there are managers who would, like to see how a typical center is performing. So all of that is done. And then I think all of this takes about 2 weeks. And within 2 weeks, we have the system or NEQQO ready to be accessed, and everybody can go in and then start seeing the insights, the coaching, feedback that's provided out of the QA evaluations that are done either through manually or through the AI piece that we have integrated now. And that loop starts kicking in, wherein the agents are receiving feedback, they are making sure that they understand what are their shortfalls and improvement areas, and then they try to improve that in the next conversations that they handle. While supervisors get an overview of their entire team, understand what are the common issues that they can work on, they can do the training need analysis with the training team in conjunction with, and then make sure that the new hires come up the learning curve, and the old agents or tenured agents, they understand and fine tune what their opportunity areas are.
Absolutely, Sumit. You kind of answered one of my questions, which was, what does that typical user journey look like from setup to use, which is, I think you've given a high level overview. But what I'll counteract with that is, I mean, what does NEQQO as a tool, as an automated tool, how does that solution set itself apart from other solutions in the market?
Of course. I think there are many competitors or players in the market, I would say, which offer similar solutions, similar kind of features. But I think what sets us apart, and I'm proud in saying that, is, the stellar reputation of Bill Gosling, right? We come with decades of experience in managing these interactions. And I think that's a great combination that we have, which sets us apart from our competitors or key players, that we understand all the nuances of those conversations. We have had so many conversations with our clients. We understand what the challenges are, and we kind of have analyzed all of that in making sure that we build those components that NEQQO understands, NEQQO delivers on those, and make sure that there's a continuous monitoring mechanism that's available in the solution. So I think the decades of experience that we have is one of the primary differentiators. Second, I think we have a strong clientele, and the users of NEQQO from our clientele have had amazing feedback about it. So the strong clientele that we have, and various industries that we cater to as an organization, we have all the benchmarking information that's available, right, in comparison to others. So that also provides very crucial information to our clients. Where are they in terms of any component that we are measuring, be it quality assurance, be it customer experience, be it first call resolution, and many more metrics that a business plays. And we let them know, where do you stand in comparison to other players in your domain or industry, and that has proved to be very valuable in terms of understanding what are the gaps that we need to bridge as an organization in comparison to our competitors. And I think all of this is all because of the experience that we bring in, as well as the strong clientele that we have, and decades of experience. And I think that sets us apart.
Thank you for sharing that, Sumit. I definitely think that quality over quantity piece, and then the other formula, as you mentioned, there is the vast amount of experience we have in our people in our global locations as well, right? It's honing in on that to maximise this tool at the best its capability. So appreciate you sharing that with our Goslings.
So what can we be excited about, Sumit, with new features or initiatives on NEQQO over, let's say, the next 6 months?
Absolutely, Dave. And I think I'm interested to share that while we have already incorporated artificial intelligence in assessing all those interactions, we are bringing in some unique features which are being built right now. And after the beta testing phase, it will be released on the production console. And one of the interesting parts that we are, creating right now is the AI analytics assistant, which is like a chat GPT. You ask a question and the system or AI analyzes all the information from the interactions that are there, and it provides you all the answers that you're looking for, in supported with data, with graphics, with visualizations, and any kind of output that you require as you would get from ChatGPT. So we are trying to simplify the information that can be drawn out of the tool, as simple as chatting with a bot and getting all of that information, and you plugging in all of that information right into your reports and right into your presentations and going in. So you don't need more than 20 minutes or 30 minutes if you know your questions, what you want to ask before your presentation, rather than a week or 2 weeks of preparation, diving into data, having a team work on that data. That assistant would provide you all the information.
That's very cool. Now, this is my most important question. Can NEQQO be used for coffee time?
Of course, it can be. And one example is supervisors, right before, traditionally, they had to listen to the conversations, spend a good amount of time before they go and chat with the agent to provide the feedback. NEQQO does all of that, summarizes all the coaching based on the interactions, have a performer ready for you, just have a view. You need 10 minutes to review that. You would know what you need to talk to the agent, have a sip of coffee, and make sure that you utilize that time to, not only personalize with the agents, but have a quality time in terms of making sure they understand what their shortcomings are and making use of that. So I think that's a great mix and match.
Well, Paul keeps sending me text messages about what I should be asking or not asking. So I was just thinking maybe I can get some independent coaching there, right?
Yeah, that's very accurate, by the way. Sumit, it's we've heard NEQQO a lot around our leadership team in the last year or so, and we're so excited to see the platform being integrated within our business fully. I know there's already some stuff that's happening there, and yeah, it's going to change for the good, right? A lot of our current coaching methods, our calibration sessions, our interaction between various departments as well, and we just can't thank you enough for coming on and sharing with the global flock around the new exciting platform, and obviously getting to meet yourself as well.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks,
absolutely. Paul. And you've been there 14 years with the organization. It's been 16 months since Bill Gosling acquired Matson Kumar. As we sign off, Sumit, tell the Goslings your favorite thing to do in India.
Well, my favorite thing to do in India is, of course, so my team works in the work from home environment, and we get to meet every couple of days, every week. And I think that's the time that I enjoy the most, when the team comes up with challenges and we, do the ideas. That's a great practice that we have learned, Dave, from the BGO ecosystem. And I think that really helps a lot in understanding, what the challenges are and providing the solutions. So that's one thing professionally. I think personally, India has a great variety of landscape, and I've been lucky enough to explore all of them. but there are many areas that I would still want to go and visit. And I think that's what keeps me happy, that I'm never short of places to visit because of the landscape, and I think that's what I enjoy the most. And there are various seasons that you can observe at the same point in time in different regions. Whatever you feel like, just book your tickets, go in there and spend some quality time that you want to. And I think that's what keeps me happy.
That's great to know. Well, thank you for sharing, and thank you for being on Coffee Time today, and having us all learn about NEQQO.
It was my pleasure, Dave, Paul. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to come. Yeah.
Thanks. Bye bye.
Thank you.